Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports. Very excited to offer you guys a absolutely gorgeous 2015 Mercedes GL63 AMG twin turbo. If you guys are unfamiliar with the 63 series in the GL, it's an absolutely phenomenal SUV in all aspects. Performance is insane. It's sporty yet aggressive, luxury. It's really the total package in an SUV for a mid-size SUV, if you ask me. Almost a sleeper, if you will, because this thing, performance-wise, is an absolute animal. I'm a big fan of these. We always get them in stock and inventory. And this particular G63, also, as we walk around, you're going to see it's pretty bizarre out here today. There's a ton of flies out, so anything black you see on this, it's just flies. They've been out all day. So this particular 63 is actually a true one-owner truck. Just to be completely transparent, Carfax does show it as a two-owner. The reason being, Carfax does not distinguish names on titles or why a title was issued. But anytime a title is issued, Carfax by default just counts that as an owner. We'll post the Carfax on our website, davisautosports.com. The original owner bought it in Alabama, lived in Alabama their entire life, and then a few years ago moved to Virginia. And as soon as they registered it and titled it in Virginia, that's when Carfax shows it as a second owner. But it is the same private owner since day one of ownership. Roughly 114,000 miles. The exact mileage will be on our website, but this truck truly looks interior, exterior, drivability like a 15,000 mile truck. We're going to go ahead and do some close-ups on it. I also have a very high dollar paint meter here to paint meter the entire car to show you that there's no paint work anywhere on the car. Matching Continental tires all the way around. And one of my favorite things about this particular G63 or GL is the brown interior. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this one's loaded up with every single option that they offer, from rear DVD entertainment. It's completely loaded up top to bottom. So before we paint meter, we'll just do a quick walk around. Front Parktronic all the way around, rear full camera, 360 camera option as well. Beautiful, beautiful pearl white. I mean, this truck literally, it has a original Mercedes windshield, beautiful condition. Continental tires all the way around. We do have all the service records for this truck as well. We are shooting this video in 4K, so if you have the ability to watch it in 4K, please do so. It may take a little bit of time for the video to buffer, so just give it some time. All the trim is in perfect condition. I mean, exterior wise, this truck really looks like a 10,000 mile truck. It's been that well taken care of. These things have a tendency to, over the years, the cameras get really worn out, and they're almost, besides them sometimes getting some condensation and stuff like that in them, they'll actually lose. It's almost like on the screen they'll get a little foggy looking, and not the case with these cameras whatsoever. Beautiful 21-inch wheels, split spoke on this 63. Pano roof. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous truck. So one of the reasons I have this paint meter out, Carfax does show a rear accident on this truck. And let me just also, this video is a little bit of a Carfax educational 101 as well. This is all stuff you can Google, find out for yourself. Anytime there is a police report done, insurance claim, or even if you're a Carfax body shop or dealer and a car comes in, so if it has a police report done, it gets reported to Carfax. Carfax doesn't often distinguish what was done. They just know it was an incident of some sort, so they put it on there. Now, if it goes to a Carfax body shop, they will put mild, moderate, severe based on the monetary amount of the damage. This one just says accident, meaning it didn't even go to a Carfax body shop. There was a police report done, most likely, or insurance claim, and all it says is rear. So if you're unfamiliar with these paint meters, they're $500 to $1,000, and they read the millimeter of thickness of the paint. Now, factory paint is going to consistently read the same thing throughout the entire vehicle, and it reads from 4 to 5.5 mils. So that's what we're going to do here. Is I'm going to show you every single panel, although it doesn't say it on the rear. So 4.4, 4.9, 5, same thing. So everything extremely consistent, and this also being a tri-coat 5.4, so we're looking between 4 and essentially 6. So here we are to the rear. And also, we restore vehicles here at Davis Autosports. I know paint work. I've been painting cars for years. There's zero paint work on this rear quarter. There's zero tape lines. There's zero feathering if they didn't use a tape line. This body panel is original. This fender is original. The flare itself. So there's zero paint work anywhere on this panel. Now, this is where Carfax does show damage in this vicinity. But I'm going to go ahead, just to be fair, and do 5.1, 5.1, 5.4, 4.4, 4.9, all very consistent. Keep in mind, guys, this is millimeters, so it is being the measurement between 5 and 4.4s. You won't be able to tell. 5.3, 4.9, 4.6, 5.2, 4.4, 5.0, 5.4, 4.8. So once again, for people that don't know, a human can't spray a panel consistently when you have a paint gun and you're spraying primer and base coat, which is the color coat and clear coat. There's not a painter that can spray a panel and it consistently be within 0.5 millimeters from one part of the panel to the other. It's absolutely impossible. It's all done by machines from the factory that sprays the same fan speed, the same everything. So these read metal. This bumper right here is plastic. If you take a look at this, it won't read, but it will read here. So what I'm thinking is this bumper was painted at some point in time, and that's where the damage is. And I would guess that, and this is the only sign where there's a little bit of a rolled tape line right there. So, and I had no paint work, and there's a little bit of solvent pop right here, but it doesn't continue over to this side of the bumper. So maybe at some point in time, whether it's a parking lot or whatever, there's no way you're getting into a car accident, a normal accident, and it just hits this bumper and doesn't hit the tail light. That's an authentic Mercedes-Benz taillight. It's original. It doesn't hit this. So something happened. I've seen people make claims from their kid riding their bike in their garage and scratching it, not knowing it was going to show up on a Carfax report, call their insurance, get it done, and that. So anyways, we just were extremely transparent, but we also wanted to show you without just saying, hey, it doesn't have paint work, that it doesn't. I will guarantee 100% and refund your money on this truck if you buy this truck, and even if it gets shipped out to you, if any of these panels have been painted other than what I showed you, I will refund 100% of the purchase price of this truck. So exterior wise, that's really about it. Absolutely gorgeous, no damage, matching Continental tires all the way around. All the lights work perfectly. There's no condensation of any sort. Let's start on this side. So that way when I open that side, we can just go in for a test drive. Beautiful, beautiful interior. We sell a lot of these. This brown is my personal favorite color just because you see black all the time. This is just a gorgeous color. The seat itself, we have a solid leather, perforated leather. You have the contrast stitching. They're just gorgeous. There's a lot going on here with these seats. Very, very pretty. Another thing, we have a 63 in right now, a black one. I've always been a fan of this matte natural wood. The black one that we currently have in stock with 30,000 miles, it has your typical high gloss wood. This you can actually feel the grain. There's not a clear over it. It's just it just looks more natural, and it fits this higher end vehicle more than a typical high gloss. Contrast stitching throughout. This one actually has the upgraded D steering wheel. The other one that we have in stock is just the full circular steering wheel, so this steering wheel looks much better. You have Alcantara here on the side, which is nice and sporty. It's thick up here, so really nice steering wheel in this one, and this is an option on the 63. It's not standard. Obviously beautiful matching panels on the door. Nice feature on this as well is you have a heated and cooled cup holder. So both cup holders, there's a metal lining right here, and that gets hot or cold depending on your preference. All the buttons are spotless. AC and heated seats, obviously. Push start. Just all the right options, the right color. To me, this white exterior with the brown interior is gorgeous. I have this headrest down, that one up, so you can just see the different options here. This does have rear entertainment, which is an option. It works absolutely perfect. You have your rear controls back here, dual heated seats. They can control all their climate. You have your RCAs for whatever system you wanted to put in here, from a PlayStation to whatever. Obviously, it's going to read a DVD there, but you can hook up anything you want to these RCAs to show through the screens. 2 chargers down below. Alcantara headliner as well. Pano roof. The Alcantara is in perfect condition throughout. And just look at that. I mean, to me, that wood is it's just so much nicer than your standard wood grain that you see. These headrests just go down with a, it's going to be hard to reach this one over here. This goes right down like that. Also, WeatherTech floor liners throughout this entire truck. The floor mats underneath are original and they're 100% flawless. Every floor mat in this truck is brand new. So we'll show you. You have multiple ways to fold these seats here. You have this button here. You also have a button there. Let's go ahead and hit that. That's actually going to slide up that seat a hair just to give it the right amount of room. And check out floor mats, perfect. Third row, perfect. Those little indentations right there are just from it being folded down, so those will come out in due time. You have vents up top, cup holders, and just a spotless vehicle. It really, really is. It is so clean, so nice. You have full length vent shades up here as well. I know I keep talking about it, but that beautiful brown interior in this wood grain, this is real wood. At least it really appears to be with the grain. You can feel it, nice and solid. Really, really nice entertainment systems in these. That folds back as well, folds forward, which is nice. These, another thing I didn't tell you about that seat, but this is a 60-40 split. These decline and recline right here, which is really, really nice. But if you wanted to get to the back seat, once again, push the button, seat automatically goes up just enough and it'll know whether somebody's in that seat or not, and you got full access. Now if you wanted to fold these seats, both sides, you have two buttons here to control each seat, and you have two buttons there as well to control each seats. And there's also controls up front, and there's also controls in the back. So from here, just like so, and this one, just like so. And those indentations that I showed you earlier, obviously from the headrest. So we'll open up the back, and then we'll go ahead and raise those seats from the back as well. Push button, power, rear gate. So to go along with everything else being perfect in this GL, you have all four authentic, well, they are authentic, but all four factory OEM Mercedes Bluetooth headphones, and they're all in perfect condition. They honestly, none of them look like they've been used at all. I just had those two switched just so you could see what they would look like, but the leather on them, it shows nowhere, there's no scratches. So I don't know if they just kept them perfect or cleaned them all the time, but 3 remotes. So at least, you know, your 2 passengers in the front rows have headphones. So you have 4 people that can watch 2 different movies, however you want to set it all up. Your books and manuals as well. And I'll give you a little bit of, so down in here, full spare, the jacks. I don't want to lift it up too much because everything's going to start sliding, but you have all your tools. You have absolutely everything in there. Locking lugs. So it's equipped with absolutely everything. Beautiful, beautiful Alcantara headliner. I mean, I just love these trucks. They really just have a lot to offer. That's that. I mean, these things, honestly, let me get a good view back just to show you. Oops, I put them up instead of down. I mean, how much room. I mean, that is massive. It's huge. Ton of room in these. That's that. And these are super simple. One hand, and if you see that line there, that reclines all the way back as well. You see how that one isn't reclined, and then both of these seats started sliding back as soon as we moved those. Let me show you the floor mats just to show you that all the factory floor mats are perfect. Another thing, it's going to be hard to see at night, but if you see throughout underneath the entire dash, essentially underneath all the wood grain throughout, there's LED strips with different color lighting. The books and manuals are in the back as shown. We have pictures on our site of the engine, so you can take a look at that. Engine bay is absolutely pristine front camera, park assist as well. You also have a camera there and LED spotlights there, so when you open the door at night, it illuminates your entrance. Floor mat perfect, aluminum trim. I tell you, you don't see them too often, but these steering wheels are amazing. With the Alcantara, they're just very sporty, they feel good. And then obviously, like I said, the D-style wheel. All right, so let's do this. If you guys, oh, you know what? I didn't even show you guys. So I'll swing by here and open the door. So with the third row folded down, we have a full cargo mat. Now that mat can only be used if the third row is folded down, which most people are going to have it folded down anyways. Then you have the cargo cover. So super, super nice to have all this stuff. 116,000 miles. I had mentioned earlier it was 114, so it's 116. Every single button in this truck works perfectly. There's nothing that this truck needs. So I'm going to put my seatbelt on. Alrighty. So they obviously make these trucks in a 450, the 550, and the 63. And while I've never driven the 450, we have sold a number of 550s because they're very nice as well. I mean, the same truck for the most part. This has a more power and a couple more amenities, but they're very similar. But the 63, if you're into any sort of performance, they're just. And this is a completely stock. Let's get some focus, Jonathan. This is a completely stock GL, and since it's a V8 twin turbo, if you're into performance, you can easily modify these things with any twin turbo car. Obviously, changing out whether it's downpipe, intake, exhaust. In this case, people even delete the resonators, but the big thing is just the tune to increase the turbo boost. And you can find these trucks all over YouTube with 800 horsepower with minimal cost put into them. Stock, it's completely silent when you're driving. As far as the exhaust note, when you get on it, it does wake up. But with aftermarket exhaust system, it's one of the best sounding SUVs out there. We currently have a G-Wagon in stock with the same engine, and it's got a modified exhaust system. It sounds completely different than this thing, and it's the same exact engine and setup, just with a different exhaust system. And they're cool trucks. But this one's nice and quiet and luxurious, but also extremely fast. The steering on this truck is absolutely flawless. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but we've passed probably 5 logging trucks just in this video. So this road has major crowns and dips in the road, and this thing just drives perfectly smooth. There's no tire noise, all matching Continental tires all the way around with a ton of tread. There's no driveline noise, no differential whine. braking is very smooth. So I'm the owner of the company, Davis Autosports, and my wife, over the years, now that our older kids are driving, we have 2 younger kids that are not driving. So she always drives SUV that we have in stock, and so she's driven Range Rovers, X5s, these, and these are by far her personal favorites. Just the ease of driving, the comfort, everything, and I do have to agree with her on that. And I've mentioned that in other videos when we have these as well. She's currently driving the black one that we have in stock, but her favorite color is white, so she may be driving this. There's never been a check engine light on since we've had this. We ran it through our service department. It's all the fluids look good, all the bushings look good. Drivability is literally perfect. There's nothing that this truck needs. I'll go ahead and give us some room between us and that truck, and we'll do a hard acceleration. If I hit the gas now, I will literally be on their bumper in a second. Trying to slow down, but he's also slowing down. Alright, we'll just do a quick little acceleration just to show you that everything functions as it should. Engine, driveline, transmission, etc. Just smooth as, oh, it's like when it hits the next gear, it takes off even faster. Hard on the brakes, no shimmy of the wheel. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to contact us, 855-955-3377. Thank you.